Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Hope Logan and Carter Walton will spend some time canoodling in the office, while Steffy Forrester and Daphne Rose have another strategy session. Ridge Forrester will come part of Daphne and Steffy's discussion. Although Ridge will advise against playing too dirty, Steffy may argue that Carter formerly made the first dirty move when he tricked them into signing over LLC power. Indeed, if Steffy eventually tries to assuage Ridge, she wouldn't really have a problem with dirty tactics when it comes to Hope and Carter. That's why Steffy will completely authorize Daphne's coming temptation way and encourage her to move full speed ahead on their plot. At the Spencer manse, Luna Nozawa will continue her rearmost discussion with Bill Spencer and stand by her belief that her father must be someone other than Tom Starr. Bill may admit that it's possible considering Poppy Nozawa's history of sleeping around, but he might reiterate that it's wishful thinking in his opinion. Despite Bill's asseveration that the riddle's been answered, Luna will feel like her real pater could still be out there. In Finn's office, he'll await Poppy's answer now that he's demanded the verity about Luna's maternity. Poppy was Finn's first nut back in the day, but she preliminarily claimed it was insolvable for him to have sired Luna. Of course, now that all these other bio-pater campaigners have been excluded, Finn suspects Poppy might have prevaricated. Finn pushed Poppy to eventually be honest about whether Luna was his son. Luck will give Poppy a chance to come clean, and she might as well at this point since Finn could just run his own maternity test. Poppy may confess that she's always known Finn was the father, grounded on the timing of Luna's generality. Maybe Poppy will contend she just didn't want to ail Finn's future or blow effects up with Lee Finnegan and Jack Finnegan by revealing the real story. Poppy putatively let herself believe she might have been wrong when Luna outfitted the maternity test to make Bill look like her bio-pater. Rather, it was a nice fantasy to get swept up in at the time, but Poppy might admit part of her always knew it wasn't true on some position. That said, Finn may eventually run a maternity test for evidence and prove that he's indeed Luna's father. You can go. Finn's going to lash out over Poppy's long-held secret as he tries to figure out what's coming. Poppy will presumably maintain with Finn to just keep his mouth shut, but that may not be commodity he's willing to do. Finn will have to give Steffy updates on this shocking news sooner or laterly, so stick with us for further prognostications on how this will affect his marriage. A moment of verity for Finn and Poppy. The rumors were right, and yes, they had a secret rendezvous all those times agone. Finn was still in his office, replaying his discussion with Lee. It was easily importing on his mind. So much so, he decided it was high time he and Poppy had a talk. He called her up and asked her to come to his office, which she wasted no time doing. Formerly there, however, Poppy set up herself in the line of fire. Finn went over the once many rounds of DNA tests and brazened Poppy about keeping such a secret. How could she lie so important? Also, Finn did what numerous B&B suckers were awaiting him to do and walked her down memory lane as they redefined their own shocking and lawless affair. Poppy tried to pass it off as them simply having a connection and going too far, but not Finn. He realized the graveness of their secret. As the story goes, Finn and Poppy used to spend a ton of time together back in the day, including hanging out on the rooftop and watching the daylight. Long addresses soon turned to more, and Poppy ultimately took Finn to bed for the veritably first time. Latterly, when he learned she was pregnant, he asked if he was the father, and Poppy made it feel insolvable. It doesn't feel so questionable now, however, and Finn outright demanded the verity. Is he Poppy's father? Finn and Poppy weren't the only bones mincing effects out. At the same time, Lee went to Il Giardino to meet Jack. Luckily, Cleric was right there to put her at ease that Sheila wasn't around. With that out of the way, Lee and Jack got to talking. They both apologized for their history and hoped they could at least be civil in the future for Finn's sake, of course. They wanted what was stylish for their son. Reminding them of Finn's happiness was a cleric who prompted them to work through their issues and get back on solid ground. That's what Finn would want, right? Over at the Spencer estate, Luna continued to grouch about Tom Starr being her pater. She and Dollar Bill had a long talk about their fathers, and Luna was enough to straight about hers. She opened up about her life with Poppy and how it felt growing up in chaos. Bill understood. His life wasn't exactly a bouquet of roses, moreover. Still, Bill reminded Luna that he wouldn't be the hustler he's moment without those rigors. Maybe Luna could conduct that energy the right way, too? Steffy Forrester and John Finnegan's anniversary is coming up. These two larger-than-life characters can be anticipated to have an over-the-top festivity, unless commodity unanticipated comes their way. That unanticipated development could be Luna Nozawa's maternity. Finn's loved bones are agitated about celebrating their love. But is it unseasonable to suppose they'll have a happily ever after? Then's what to know. Steffy's parents Taylor Hayes and Ridge Forrester bandy Steffy's forthcoming anniversary. Since Tridge are happily reunited, it makes sense that they would want to do commodity special for Shin. But you know what they say about the stylish laid plans. It would be ironic if Shin get derailed just as Tridge get back on track. Steffy is over the moon about her parents getting back together, and it would be perfect for her and Finn to admit true love by having a joyful marriage anniversary party. Especially since Carter Walton and Hope Logan have spoiled the Forresters' business plan at FC with a hostile preemption. Everyone could use a little frivolity right about now, and what way to be detracted than by a fairy tale love? Steffy indicates that she and Finn don't have major plans for their anniversary. Tridge put family first, and this could mean a big party for Finn and Steffy. It makes sense that Ridge and Taylor would invite Finn's parents Jack Finnegan and Lee Finnegan, his aunt, Poppy Nozawa. This triad learned last week that Jack is Aunt Luna Nozawa's biopater. Which means that someone differently, Finn perhaps, is the lucky man. Luna's maternity reveal has been a long time coming, and some suckers are induced that Finn is her father. Shin will get a nasty surprise gift for their anniversary? And what do you suppose about making Finn Luna's pater? As well as her kinsman? Steffy Forrester has hired the nose Daphne Rose to do her bidding. In this case, she wants FC back, and Carter Walton and Hope Logan's love ended. Can she get the jobs done? Both Carter and Hope are enchanted with Ms. Rose, and the only question seems to be which bone of them succumbs to her charms first. Then's what to know. Steffy wants Carter to cheat on Hope, and if this happens, what's Hope's coming step? We prognosticate that her predictable coming step would be to turn to Wafflo Liam Spencer and cry pails on his shoulder. Liam has always been a sucker for Hope and they partake a son together. So it would be natural for her to turn to him as a sympathetic party. Plus, what happened to that hot love between Liam and Ivy Forrester? Perhaps if Hope shows an interest in Liam, Ivy will too, therefore enabling a love triangle? Let's face it, Carter is a stability attraction. In fact, not only have his loves each turned sour, he's a snake for taking FC down from the Forresters. Also again, he may surprise us and remain pious to Hope indeed as Daphne allures him with her smells. Many months ago Liam wanted to reunite with Hope, and we've no reason to believe that has changed. Liam doesn't feel comfortable unless he has a lady on his arm, and right now, his only exertion seems to be fussing about his sneaky pater. Bill Spencer. Now would be a perfect time to witch out Hop. Explosive, the bold and the beautiful spoilers allude that Hope and Carter's trust will be soon tested. Does this mean that Daphne gets her way with Carter? Would you rather see Hope with Liam or Carter? And while we're at it, what do you suppose of Daphne Rose?